Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Episode Channel. I'm Lily, and with me is my friend Jojo.
Hey there, everyone. It's great to be back for our second episode. I'm feeling pretty energized today.
That's great to hear, because our topic today is something we do every single day, but maybe don't always know how to express perfectly in English. We're going to talk about our day. The good, the bad, and the just plain weird.
The ultimate small talk question, right? How was your day? But it can lead to the best stories. So I'm going to kick it off and ask you first. How was your day, really?
You know what? It was surprisingly good. One of those days where things just clicked. I woke up before my alarm, which is a rare cosmic event. The sun was shining. I had a great cup of coffee. It set a really positive tone for the rest of the day.
Wow. Okay. Waking up before your alarm, you're already winning at life. My morning was the polar opposite. I think my alarm went off and I just incorporated the sound into my dream. In my dream, I was a firefighter, and that was the fire truck siren.
Oh no, that's a classic. So you woke up late.
Panicked, absolutely panicked. I jumped out of bed, stubbed my toe on the leg of the bed frame, which, by the way, is the worst pain known to humanity. And then I realized I was out of coffee beans.
No, not the coffee. That's a real crisis. What's a state of emergency?
It was a catastrophe. So my day started with a sore toe and a caffeine-deprived brain. It was a bad combination. I had to run to the corner cafe, which made me even later for my first meeting. I walked in all flustered, holding this ridiculously expensive latte, and my boss just gave me that look.
I know that look. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, but also a little mad look.
Exactly. It's a silent, powerful look. So yeah, my morning was pure chaos. What about you? Your perfect morning led into what? A perfect workday?
Well, perfect might be a strong word, but it was productive. I had this big report I'd been dreading to work on, the kind you keep pushing to the bottom of your to-do list. But today, for some reason, I just sat down and the words just flowed. I was in the zone.
I hate you a little bit right now. Being in the zone is like finding a mythical creature. I was in the panic zone. The whole morning, I felt like I was one step behind everything, answering an email from yesterday while a new, more urgent one was popping up. It was like playing a game of whack-a-mole with my inbox.
That sounds incredibly stressful. My inbox was calm today. Maybe everyone else was having a chaotic morning like you and didn't have time to email me. So, in a way, your chaos brought me peace. Thank you.
You're welcome, I guess. Happy to be of service. My suffering is your productivity.
It's a beautiful symbiosis. But hey, speaking of beautiful things, we'd find it beautiful if you, our amazing listeners, took a quick second to support the channel. If you're enjoying this very real conversation about our very different days, please hit that like button.
Yes, and if you've ever had a morning that started with a stubbed toe and no coffee, let us know in the comments. We need to form a support group. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to English Episodes so you don't miss our future conversations. It really, really, really helps us out a lot.
Okay, so we're back. You survived the morning, I assume? What happened after the caffeine finally kicked in?
Well, the caffeine did its magic, and I started to feel slightly more human. I managed to catch up on my emails, but then came the big challenge of the day, a team meeting to brainstorm ideas for a new project.
The brainstorming meeting can be either incredibly inspiring or a complete waste of time. Which one was it for you?
It was interesting. We have this one guy on our team, let's call him Bob. Bob has the wildest ideas. They are either genius or completely insane, with no in-between. Today, he was on a roll.
Give me an example.
So, we're a marketing company, right? We're trying to come up with a campaign for a new brand of organic yogurt. Bob's big idea was a live-streamed event where we have llamas tasting the yogurt.
Llamas? Why llamas?
His logic was llamas are trendy, people love them, and they have discerning palates. The entire room went silent for about 10 seconds, and then our manager, trying to be diplomatic, said, "That's a very outside-the-box idea, Bob. Let's put a pin in it," which is corporate speak for, "We are never, ever going to talk about this again."
Oh my God, that's hilarious. You have to give him points for creativity, though. My meetings were the exact opposite, so dry and technical. We were discussing budget allocations for the next quarter. I think I saw my soul leave my body for a few minutes. It was just charts, graphs, and percentages.
See, I would have taken your boring meeting over the llama yogurt proposal. At least with your meeting, you know what to expect. In mine, I was constantly on edge wondering what crazy thing Bob would say next. After the llama idea, he suggested a yogurt-themed escape room.
What? How would that even work?
I have no idea. Do you have to swim through a vat of yogurt to find a key? I was too scared to ask for details, but it made the 2 hours fly by, I'll give him that. It was more entertaining than a movie.
That's one way to look at it. My most exciting moment was when I found a typo in a spreadsheet from 3 months ago. The thrill was palpable.
The life of an office worker, huh? It's all about those small victories. For me, the victory was surviving that meeting without laughing out loud. I had to pretend I was coughing a few times.
A true professional. Well, it sounds like your day was a roller coaster of emotions. Mine was more like a flat, straight road. A bit boring, but safe.
I'd prefer your boring road today, believe me. The roller coaster is making me a bit nauseous.
I can imagine. And for our listeners, we hope your day is going great. If this story about Bob and his llama idea made you laugh, please let us know. We love hearing from you. It's also a great time to remind you to share this episode with a friend who might need a laugh or wants to improve their daily English conversation skills.
Absolutely. And hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We promise our ideas are usually better than yogurt-tasting llamas. Usually. Your support means we can keep making these episodes for you. Now, what happened at lunch? I'm hoping you had a sad desk lunch to make me feel better.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but my good luck continued. I actually remembered to bring my lunch today. I had some leftover pasta from last night, and it was even better today. I took a proper break, sat in the park near my office, and just enjoyed the sun.
You are just determined to make me jealous, aren't you? A homemade lunch in a park in the sun. That sounds like a scene from a movie. My lunch was less picturesque.
Let me guess. You forgot your lunch because you were in a rush this morning?
Bingo. And because I spent all my cash on that panic latte, I had to find something cheap. I ended up at the vending machine downstairs. My lunch consisted of a bag of chips and a chocolate bar that looked like it had been there since 1998.
Oh no. That's not lunch. That's a cry for help.
It was grim. I was sitting at my desk, munching on my sad, salty chips, scrolling through Instagram and seeing all these people with their beautiful, healthy, homemade salads. The contrast was painful. I felt like a gremlin hiding under my desk.
The dreaded, sad desk lunch. We've all been there. It really does affect your afternoon, doesn't it? If you have a proper break and good food, the afternoon feels manageable. If you eat chips from a vending machine, the afternoon slump hits you like a truck.
It hit me like a freight train. By 2:30 p.m., I was struggling to keep my eyes open. The combination of the sugar crash from the chocolate bar and the sheer exhaustion from the chaotic morning was just lethal. I had to write a really important email, and I think I rewrote the first sentence about 15 times.
What was the sentence?
It was, "Dear Mr. Henderson." I kept typing "Dead Mr. Henderson" or "Dear Mr. Henderson." My brain just wasn't connecting to my fingers. I had to get up, walk around, and splash some cold water on my face just to focus.
See, that's where my day took a little dip too. The post-lunch slump is real, even after a good meal. I found myself just staring at my screen, reading the same paragraph over and over again without absorbing any of it.
So you are human after all.
Yes, for a moment there. My solution was to switch tasks. I put the heavy report aside and did some mindless organizing, filing documents, cleaning up my desktop.
It felt productive without requiring too much brain power.
That's a good strategy. My strategy was to drink another cup of coffee, which I probably shouldn't have done. It made me feel jittery and anxious instead of focused. So now I was tired, but also vibrating.
A vibrating gremlin. That's a great image. We're painting quite the picture of our work lives today. And for everyone listening, we'd love for you to paint a picture for us. Comment below and tell us about your typical lunch. Are you a sad dusk lunch person or a peaceful park person?
And if you relate to the struggle of the afternoon slump, hit that like button in solidarity. Don't forget to subscribe for more relatable content. We're all in this together.
So you're at your desk, vibrating from the coffee, struggling to write an email. How did the rest of the afternoon pan out?
It was a slow, painful crawl to 5 p.m. You know that feeling when you're just watching the clock? Every minute feels like an hour. I tried to be productive, I really did, but my focus was just shot. I ended up making a lot of lists of things I needed to do tomorrow. That's pseudo-productivity, right?
Absolutely. It's planning to be productive, which is a step in the right direction. It makes you feel like you have a handle on things, even if you don't.
Exactly. It's an illusion of control. And then at 4:45 p.m., when I was just about to start packing up, my boss came over. My heart just sank. Nothing good ever happens at 4:45 p.m. on a Friday.
The classic end-of-day drop-by is the worst.
He had a quick question about the Henderson account, the very one I was struggling to write an email about. He wanted a full summary of our progress by the end of the day.
No, at 4:45? That's not a quick question. That's a homework assignment.
I know. So I had to scramble. All that jittery coffee energy suddenly had a purpose. I flew around my computer, pulling up files, checking notes. I was a blur of motion. I somehow managed to put together a coherent summary and send it to him at 5:02 p.m. I felt like I had just diffused a bomb with 1 second left on the timer.
Wow, that's an intense way to end the workday. My afternoon was the opposite. Things slowed down around 3:30 p.m. I finished my report ahead of schedule, sent it off, and spent the last hour just clearing out old files and planning my next week in a calm, orderly fashion. I left the office at 4:55 p.m. feeling accomplished.
I am starting to think we exist in parallel universes that just happen to intersect for this podcast. One is a calm utopia, and the other is a slapstick comedy of errors.
It certainly seems that way today, but hey, you got it done. You faced the challenge and you succeeded. That's a win. You should be proud.
I was mostly just relieved. The feeling of walking out of that office building today was pure bliss. Freedom! I almost skipped down the street. The bad day was finally over. Or, so I thought.
Uh-oh. There's more?
There's more. But first, to all our listeners who have ever been given a last-minute task right at the end of the day, we feel your pain. Show your support for your fellow warriors by hitting that like button.
And we'd love to hear your horror stories. What's the worst end-of-day task you've ever been given? Comment below. And if you're finding these stories helpful for your English practice, please consider subscribing and sharing this episode. It helps us reach more learners like you.
All right, so I'm leaving work. I'm feeling free. I'm feeling relieved. The sun is setting. It's beautiful. I decide I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to cook a really nice dinner. I stop by the grocery store on the way home.
A noble goal, a way to reclaim the day. What were you planning on making?
I was going to make my famous spicy chicken pasta. It's my comfort food. It requires a few specific ingredients. Chicken, of course, a specific type of pasta, heavy cream, garlic, and a special blend of chili flakes I like.
Sounds delicious. I'm getting hungry just hearing about it.
So I get to the grocery store and it is packed. It's like the entire city decided to go grocery shopping at the exact same moment.
The aisles were jammed with carts. People were just standing in the middle of the aisles, staring at shelves like they were seeing food for the first time.
The worst kind of grocery store experience. It requires so much patience.
Patience I did not have today.
I was weaving my cart through the crowds like a race car driver. I grabbed the chicken, I grabbed the pasta, I went to get the heavy cream, and the shelf was empty.
Completely wiped out.
The one key ingredient. It always is.
Always. I asked an employee if they had any in the back. He just gave me a tired look and said, "What you see is what you got."
So plan A was ruined.
I stood there for a minute trying to think of a new plan. My brain was just too fried. I just started grabbing random things. A frozen pizza, a bag of salad, some ice cream.
That's a perfectly acceptable dinner, by the way. It's called a survival meal.
I know, but I was so set on my pasta. It was a final crushing defeat in a day full of defeats. I got to the checkout, and of course I picked the slowest line. The person in front of me had 100 coupons and was trying to argue about one that expired last week.
Oh, that is painful to watch. You just have to stand there and accept your fate.
By the time I got home, I was so over it. I threw the frozen pizza in the oven, and I didn't even care when I slightly burned the crust. It was a fitting end to a slightly burned day. What about your evening commute and dinner plans? Let me guess, the roads were clear and you found a unicorn on your way home.
Not quite a unicorn, but the commute was smooth, and I had a simple dinner plan. Remember that leftover pasta I had for lunch? I had more, so I just had to heat it up. My evening was incredibly low effort. I ate while watching an episode of that show I like. It was calm and uneventful.
Of course it was. Calm and uneventful. I was battling grocery store crowds and coupon ladies, and you were just peacefully eating your perfect pasta.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment here.
Just a tiny bit, but hey, it makes for a better story, right? And for our listeners, we hope your evening is going more like speaker one's than mine. If you've ever had your dinner plans ruined by an empty grocery store shelf, you know what to do. Hit that like button.
And comment below with your go-to emergency dinner. Is it frozen pizza? Cereal? We want to know.
And please take a moment to subscribe to English Episode for more stories and great learning content.
So you ended up with a slightly burnt frozen pizza and some ice cream. How did you feel after you finally got to sit down and eat?
You know, there was a moment of peace. The day was officially over. No more meetings, no more emails, no more crowded stores. I was on my couch, in my comfy clothes, eating pizza. Even though it wasn't the meal I wanted, there was a sense of relief. I survived.
That's a great feeling, the moment you can finally just shut your brain off.
Exactly. I put on a mindless comedy movie. I didn't want anything that required thinking. I just wanted to sit there and let the day wash away. But then my phone rang.
At that point in the day, a phone call can feel like a personal attack.
It really can. It was my mom, and I love my mom, but she has a knack for calling at either the best possible times or the worst possible times. Tonight, it was the latter.
What did she want?
She just wanted to chat, which is sweet, but she launched into a very long, very detailed story about her neighbor's cat. And I was trying so hard to be a good, attentive son, but my brain had already clocked out for the day. I was just saying, oh wow, and really on a loop.
The automatic conversation mode. I know it well.
I think at one point she asked me what I thought about the situation, and I said, and she went, "That's not an answer." I got caught. So I had to confess. I said, "Mom, I'm sorry. I've had a really, really long day. I'm not capable of having a complex thought right now."
How did she take it?
She was great about it, actually. She immediately switched gears and said, "Oh, my poor baby, what happened?" And then I ended up telling her my whole chaotic story, from the stubbed toe to the burnt pizza. And just like that, I felt 100 times better.
Venting about it really helps, doesn't it? Just getting it all out.
It's like releasing a pressure valve. She listened, she sympathized, she called my boss a slave driver for the 4:45 p.m. task. It was exactly what I needed. It turned the end of my evening around. My evening started with a quiet, uneventful plan, just like yours. I had my show ready to go.
It's funny how our days were so different, but our evenings had a similar goal, just to unwind and decompress. For you, it took a phone call with your mom to really get there. For me, it was just the silence and a good TV show.
Different paths to the same destination, sanity.
Exactly. And for our listeners, talking about your day is such a fundamental part of connection, whether it's with a friend, a partner, or a parent. It's also fantastic English practice. If you find these kinds of detailed conversations helpful, let us know with a like.
And comment below, who is the person you vent to after a long day? We'd love to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you can join us for every episode. Your support is everything to us.
It's interesting, though. When someone asks, "How was your day?" most people just say, "Good, you?" Or, "Fine, busy." We don't often go into the details like you just did.
Right? And it's usually because we assume the other person doesn't actually want the full story. They're just being polite. But sometimes they do. And sometimes you really need to tell it.
I think you learn to read the room. If you're passing a colleague in the hallway, "Fine, thanks," is the perfect answer. If you're sitting down with a close friend or family member, that's your chance to share the real story, the llama yogurt proposals and all.
I will be telling the llama yogurt story for years to come. It's one for the history books. But you're right, the context is key. And the language you use changes too. With a colleague, it's more formal. It was productive. We made some good progress on the quarterly reports. With a friend, it's, "Dude, my day was insane. You won't believe what happened."
Exactly. And that's what we want to help our listeners with, giving them the language for both situations, the polite professional answer and the detailed emotional and funny story.
My day was definitely a case study in the latter. It had all the elements: a disastrous start, a frustrating challenge, a moment of comedy, a race against the clock, and a slightly disappointing but ultimately relieving conclusion. It was a whole narrative arc in 12 hours.
My day was the boring B-plot, the side story where nothing much happens, but it provides a calm contrast to the main action. Meanwhile, back at Speaker One's desk, a spreadsheet was color-coded.
Hey, every good story needs a B-plot. It gives the audience a moment to breathe before the next chaotic event. Imagine if we both had days like mine. This episode would be 2 hours of just pure stress and screaming.
That's a very good point. We'd be exhausted by the end of it. So my calm, productive day served a purpose. It provided balance. And hopefully for our listeners, it shows the different kinds of language you can use. You can talk about being in the zone and feeling productive, or you can talk about being flustered and feeling like a vibrating gremlin.
I will never live down the vibrating gremlin comment, will I?
Never. It's too good. But it's so descriptive. That's what makes a story interesting, using vivid, emotional language. Instead of saying, "I was tired and I had too much coffee," you say, "I was a vibrating gremlin." It paints a picture.
That's true. It's about showing, not just telling. That's a good tip for our listeners. Don't just say your day was bad. Show them why it was bad. Tell them about the stubbed toe, the empty cream shelf, the 4:45 p.m. email.
Exactly. That's where the real connection happens. And speaking of connection, we want to connect with all of you. If you're learning something new from our conversation today, show us some love with a like and a comment.
And if you know someone else who is trying to improve their conversational English, share this episode with them. And, of course, subscribe to English Episode. We're building a community here, and we want you to be a part of it.
So, now that you've downloaded the entire story of your day, how do you feel? Genuinely.
Genuinely, much lighter. It's funny, when you're living it, every little thing feels like a huge deal. The no coffee situation felt like the end of the world. The grocery store felt like a personal insult from the universe. But now, telling the story, it all just sounds absurd and kind of funny.
Perspective is a wonderful thing. It's hard to see the humor when you're in the middle of the chaos.
Impossible. In the moment, it's pure stress. But a few hours later, it's a great story. And it's a reminder that even the worst days end. You get through it, you eat some slightly burnt pizza, and you wake up the next day to try again.
That's a very healthy outlook. And it's true. Tomorrow is a completely new day. It has no mistakes in it yet.
I love that. It has no mistakes in it yet. My goal for tomorrow is simple. wake up on time, have coffee in the house, and avoid any discussions involving llamas.
Those seem like achievable goals. My goal is to maybe inject a little bit of non-work related fun into the day. My day was productive, but it was also a bit one note. Maybe I'll take a different route home or try a new recipe for dinner.
See? Balance. My chaos makes you want a bit more excitement, and your calmness makes me crave a day just like yours. We're learning from each other's days.
That's the whole point. And it's what we hope for our listeners too. Hearing these different experiences helps you build your vocabulary and your confidence to talk about your own day, no matter what kind of day it was.
Whether it's a spreadsheet and leftover pasta day, or a stub toe and llama brainstorm day, there's a way to talk about all of them.
And there's value in sharing both. One shows competence and calm, the other shows resilience and a sense of humor. They're both parts of a normal life.
Absolutely. It's not all Instagram perfect moments. It's also the messy, chaotic vending machine lunch moments. And being able to talk about those is just as important.
I couldn't agree more. And we would love it if our listeners could agree to hit that like button one more time for us if they've stuck with us this far. You guys are the real MVPs.
The absolute best. Please leave a comment telling us one thing you learned or one phrase you liked from today's episode. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to English Episode and share it with your friends.
Looking back on the whole day, what would you say was the absolute lowest point and what was the highest point?
Ooh, good question. The lowest point. I think it was that moment in the grocery store, staring at the empty shelf where the cream was supposed to be. It felt like the final straw. It was such a small thing, but it represented the entire day not going my way. It was a moment of pure, pathetic defeat.
I can totally understand that. Sometimes it's the smallest thing that finally breaks you.
Exactly. The highest point, surprisingly, it was after I sent that 5:02 p.m. email to my boss. In the 5 minutes leading up to it, I was a whirlwind of stress. But the second I hit send, this wave of accomplishment washed over me. I did it. I met the ridiculous deadline. I conquered the challenge. It felt like a real victory.
That's awesome. It wasn't the funny part with the llama or the relief of getting home. It was the moment you overcame an obstacle.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? The most stressful moment also produced the best feeling. What about you? Your day was pretty even-keeled. Did you have a high and a low?
I did, but they were much milder. The low point was probably around 2:30 p.m. when I was staring at my screen, feeling that brain fog and thinking, I have so much more to do and I have zero energy for it. It was a feeling of being overwhelmed.
The dreaded slump.
The dreaded slump. And the high point was probably that moment I mentioned earlier, sitting in the park with my lunch. It wasn't a big victory, but it was a moment of genuine peace and contentment. The sun was warm, the food was good, and for 15 minutes, there were no demands on my time. It was just nice.
That sounds like a high point to me. It's a different kind of high. Mine was an adrenaline high. Yours was a serenity high.
Perfectly put. And both are valid and worth talking about. It just goes to show how many different shapes a good day or a bad day can take. It's not just one or the other, it's a mix of moments.
A mix of highs and lows, productive hours and brain fog, sad vending machine lunches, and serene moments in the park. That's what a day is.
And that's what we're exploring here at English Episode, the real language for a real life. We really hope you, our listeners, are enjoying this deep dive. If you are, you know the drill. We'd be so grateful for a like, a share, and a subscription.
And please drop a comment. We read every single one, and it's the best part of our day. It's our serenity high. Tell us the high and low point of your day.
Well, I feel like we've thoroughly dissected our respective days. We've been from the morning alarm to the evening wind down.
We have, and I have to say, thank you for listening. I feel like I just had a free therapy session. Talking it all out has been incredibly helpful. It's transformed my terrible, chaotic day into a pretty funny story.
My pleasure. It was far more entertaining than my calm, boring day, so thank you for providing the drama and the comedy. And that's a key takeaway for everyone listening. Talking about your day isn't just for practice. It can actually make you feel better.
100%.
It helps you process it. It helps you find the humor in the frustrating moments. It connects you to the person you're talking to. It's a skill, but it's also a gift.
Well said. And it's a skill that gets easier with practice. So our challenge to you, the listener, is to try it. The next time someone asks you how your day was, try giving a little more detail. Tell them a 1-minute story. You might be surprised by the conversation that follows.
Great challenge. Start small. You don't have to tell them the whole 10,000-word epic like I just did. Just a little anecdote. It was pretty good. I actually managed to finish a big report. Or, it was a bit of a struggle. You won't believe what happened at the grocery store.
Exactly. It opens the door for a real connection. And with that, I think we're nearing the end of our second episode. This has been a lot of fun.
It's been a blast. I feel ready to take on tomorrow. Hopefully it's a little less eventful. Or if it is eventful, hopefully it's in a good way.
We'll have to see, and we'll be back to tell you all about it. Before we go, we have one last, final, massive thank you to everyone who has listened this far. You are incredible. Your support is what makes this podcast possible. Please, if you haven't already, take this final opportunity to hit like, share this with someone, and most importantly, subscribe to English Episode.
Yes, please do. And leave a final comment letting us know what you want to hear us talk about in a future episode. We make this for you, so your ideas are super important.
That's a great point. We'd love your suggestions. So that just about wraps up episode 2. Talk about your day. We hope we've given you the tools, the vocabulary, and the confidence to share your own stories.
We sure hope so. It was a pleasure sharing our days with you.
And we're really excited for our next episode. We're going to shift gears a little bit. We've talked about daily routines and daily summaries. In episode 3, we're going to tackle something everyone loves to dream about: making plans for the future. We'll talk about everything from planning a weekend trip to big life goals.
Ooh, that's a good one. From the nitty-gritty of booking a flight to the daydreams of starting a new career. It's going to be full of great vocabulary for talking about hopes, dreams, and logistics. You won't want to miss it.
So make sure you're subscribed so you can join us for that. Until then, on behalf of myself and my co-host, thank you for listening to English Episode.
Take care, everyone. Have a great day, or at least have a day with a good story in it. Bye for now.